Hi, I'm Kristen Oakes White. Thank you for joining us for This Week in Louisiana Agriculture, the only TV show bringing Louisiana farmers and consumers together every week. My partner Avery Davidson will be joining us a little bit later in the show. When the flooding devastated North Louisiana back in March, the Louisiana Farm Bureau Livestock Committee formed the Hay Clearinghouse. This summer, the floodwaters returned, hitting South Louisiana and impacting the very ranchers who were so quick to send hay north only a few months ago. Farmers and ranchers in North Louisiana now get to return the favor, sending relief back to South Louisiana. TWILA's Karl Wiggers has the story.
With the creation of the Hay Clearinghouse, Louisiana Farm Bureau's network of farmers and ranchers became the conduit to deliver relief to ranchers during disaster. Instrumental in that relief is Adam Karl, who owns and operates Precision Baling in Caddo Parish.
Whenever we heard about all the people that need help down there, the first thought was, is this clearinghouse going to get started up again? And that's whenever I started making phone calls trying to find out if there was going to be the same need to ship hay south as what it was whenever we shipped it over to Monroe back in the spring. So I talked with Marty Woolridge, and he was telling me about how there was a need for square bales.
Karl specializes in square bales, which are more ideal for the horses and cattle in South Louisiana. They are easier to handle and better serve the need for those who have only a few horses or a few dozen head of cattle. Chairman of the Louisiana Farm Bureau Livestock Committee, Marty Woolridge, has been a busy man with the donations coming in from across the country. He and Karl worked together to get those square bales to the wet South.
Had to round up a lot more square hay. That was kind of a hard commodity, but we've been able to do that. Some donated, some being bought with donated funds. People that have been generous enough to give us money, we were able to use their money and buy square hay and have it trucked.
This would not have been possible without the help from some major donations that came in to the Hay Clearinghouse. GreaterGood.org gave a generous donation to help buy hay, and Red River Trailer donated the use of this trailer to haul that hay.
We determined that the best way to handle that was to send down a 53-foot dry van semi-load. We were able to set it up down there on location in Clinton, Louisiana at Amelia Kent's farm, and they're distributing it from there.
I strongly suspect that of the 580 bales that originated in the van trailer, we're at 530 now. I suspect between now and Saturday we'll deplenish that.
Amelia Kent raises cattle and hay on 1,100 acres in East Feliciana Parish.
Yeah, absolutely.
She has used her land to stage hay for many in the Baton Rouge area in need of hay. The Livestock Committee has helped move close to 1,000 round bales and more than 2,000 square bales into South Louisiana. With these numbers, Woolridge is very pleased with the relief that the Hay Clearinghouse has offered.
Our goal through the Hay Clearinghouse is to assist in the emergency time, and then the couple of weeks afterwards we know that we're going to be there helping people feed their cattle while they're still displaced or pinned up. But we are also going to help them with the contacts that we build through the Hay Clearinghouse. We're going to help them try to find their hay that they may need for the wintertime too.
In the aftermath of the historic flooding that struck Louisiana not once but twice this year, farmers have proven themselves to be resilient and unified in a time of need.
In farming, it's a little bit different. It takes a whole group of people to be able to succeed in this industry.
The community within Louisiana's farmers coming together to essentially give you the shirt off of their back if it means to help you in the short run because you're in a bind. That's been phenomenal. We have members from throughout the state, and we've got a phone network, social media, and instantaneously people know of our other members' needs.
Unbelievable thing to be part of such a great organization that truly works for the betterment of their members, and in a time of need. We're an organization that's we're there working 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. The organization runs just like our farm does. We're all used to working those kind of hours, and that's the way our organization runs. It's there to help our members and take care of our members in this time of need.
This summer, the Louisiana Farm Bureau Livestock Committee's Hay Clearinghouse has coordinated around the same amount of hay as they did back in the spring. The big difference has been the greater need for square bales in the more urban South Louisiana, and they've been able to meet that need. Kristen?
I know that was one of the things we talked about last week, was that they needed square bales, but they need a lot of other things too that they just didn't need that first go around, right?
Yeah, you're right. The hay is the most pressing need that cattle producers face, but not the only one. We mentioned last week the huge donations that are coming in from across the country. One of those arrived this week. Quality Liquid Feed in Wisconsin delivered more than 400 protein tubs to Lafayette and Donaldsonville. In this delivery is a donation worth more than $15,000 in the tubs and transportation. LFBF Livestock Committee member Dan Safford says this is huge for cattle in the wake of this flood.
I know in Ascension Parish we had over 30 truckloads of cattle that left out of the parish to find higher ground. They're coming back home, going into these pastures that are flooded and there's nothing out there. A lot of these farmers had hay that went underwater. Some of the hay floated off. Some of it didn't float off, but it had 2 foot of water on it, 3 foot of water on it, 4 foot of water on it, so there's no quality whatsoever left of it, you know. So these tubs are truly a blessing, nutrients, vitamins, and energy and whatnot that comes forth from that.
Safford says the 104 tubs that were delivered to his place won't last long because of the great demand in his area. If you still need hay, or if you have hay to donate or can transport some hay, visit our website at twilatv.org to learn more about the Hay Clearinghouse in Kristen. We've seen it in the spring, we're seeing it now. Farmers are helping farmers, and that's been one of the neatest things to be able to see and to be a part of.
It's been awesome to watch, and the Hay Clearinghouse has been something that I think it's not going to go away anytime soon. It's a lasting program. Hopefully, knock on wood, we won't need it that often.
Not for a while, hopefully.
Hopefully so. So Karl Wiggers, great story.